Hi, my beautiful Libras. How are we doing today? All right, we're going to be doing your weekly for the 20th through the 26th. We're using the Yin Oracle. I might add trigger warnings in here. Only Lord knows what's going to come out of this deck for you this week. All right, remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, now let's check your sun, moon, rising signs, see what else is out there. All right, what do we have going on for Libras this upcoming week of the 20th through the 26th? We have forgiveness. So you might have an apology coming in, or you might need to give an apology. And this could be maybe also letting go of some guilt. So maybe you've been holding on to some guilt that you need to let go of. Then we have cold. So maybe you've been a little cold towards somebody. Somebody might have been a little cold or silent towards you. And then there's your trigger warning right there. Disharmony. So whatever situation you have, I feel like maybe you have an apology coming towards you. Or you're just being open to forgiving yourself, especially if maybe a situation you've been dealing with has been a little controlling. And there might be some conflicts, maybe some competition going on this week, or you've been dealing with. I promise you, these cards do have nice ones out in there too. Oh, this could be just you also being very secretive, just not even wanting to deal with your emotions. I feel like you're trying to focus on your own inner strength and just kind of allow yourself to let things be. And with the Empress being there, I think it's about kind of being in your feminine energy, but you might need to get out a little bit with that Three of Cups. Maybe talk to some friends, hang out, maybe have a good time. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups. This could be you just kind of wallowing and not really looking at the opportunities that the universe is trying to present you, because you've been kind of in this self-meditating mode and just kind of going through the emotions, looking back. Definitely wrapped up in your head a lot and very secretive with the High Priestess there. The moment. I think the thing that you're focusing on is that Ten of Pentacles. It's how am I going to build? Where can I build at? And I think a lot of the building is, how am I going to rebuild this confidence that I need to have with that Queen of Wands showing up. So definitely a moment to maybe forgive yourself, or just forgive in general. Maybe release some of that control and try not to be so cold. And if this is you dealing with somebody that needs to come in and have an apology, you can't control that outcome, so don't try. Okay? With that Ten of Wands coming out, I feel like whatever that is definitely some kind of burden that's been holding you down. And I feel like it's maybe some kind of soulmate that, maybe you've given a little too much of yourself, but I feel like it's being open to loving yourself in order to receive. And I think it's something that you really just need to start getting grounded with. Financially speaking, it looks good. We have the Ace of Wands. What is it you desire? All right. Give me a couple more. What else we got going on for the beautiful Libras? What do we have going on? The Emperor coming out in reverse, and I don't know what that is, but ooh, there's the Strength. I feel like with the Emperor being in reverse, it's kind of maybe you're not standing your ground with something, and maybe you're not really wanting to, maybe you feel like you don't really have the strength to, with Strength actually coming out in reverse, and I feel like part of you just kind of wants to leave it up to some higher power. I feel like maybe you've been dealing with some deceit and deception that's left you a little mentally conflicted at the moment, and you're definitely putting your guards up, because whatever the situation is, there's anxiety all over it. It's like a situation that kind of keeps you up all night, and this might just be a pause in a relationship, pause in a career, or just being stuck at the moment. might have something to do with the third party energy with that Three of Cups coming back out. Or that just could be you taking a pause to go out and have some fun. I definitely think this is some kind of love situation, though, with the Lover's card popping up. So I feel like the universe is trying to tell you to allow yourself to forgive and allow yourself to have some compassion, whether that's towards the other person or you. You know, you don't have to forget, but forgiving is for you, not for the other person. And maybe let go of some control this week. And I think a lot of that has to do with the control of your feelings, and just allow yourself to feel and understand that triggers are there for a reason. Like, the more you understand them, the more you kind of heal from them, you know, because right now you're just not really willing to see the opportunities. I think you're just focused on the things that you kind of lost, you know, especially when it comes to your stability or your finances, something that felt absolutely structured. And right now I feel like whatever burden it is, I don't think you're willing to really fight for it or take it on. Or this could be somebody that is just kind of draining your energy at the moment. But I feel like with the inner strength in reverse and the judgment, it's kind of like, I feel like you're not, it's like I don't want to be strong enough to deal with it. I'm just kind of leaving it into somebody else's hands. I'm going to go take a pause, take a moment, take a breath. I don't know if that'll resonate for everybody, but that's kind of what I got. Might grab you some advice, see what is going on, shake up that energy a little bit. All right, what's the advice for Libra in this situation? I feel like all my reads have been love reads this week. What do I have for my beautiful Libras? What advice do we have for you? I feel like it's telling you to stay grounded this week. Maybe focus on the projects that you do have some control over, you know, that feels nurturing and grounding to you. You know, maybe you need to get out in nature, take a walk. You know, if something's ended, I think it's about allowing it to end. And then start your healing process. For those of you who resonate, I feel like the more happiness you embrace in life, the more victories you have with that Six of Wands and the Sun there. And I really like it. And it's also about not repeating the same chapters. If you have a same cycle that's coming in your life that makes you feel confident, embrace that. But if you have a chapter that's coming in your life that makes you feel like it's deceptive energy, trust that also. All right. That's my beautiful advice for you beautiful Libras. Now we're going to go to the little love portion that we have. All right. What do we have going on for my beautiful Libras? Love. So, I do feel like you are stepping in some kind of new direction, though. You know, the moment you allow yourself to forgive something or a situation, I feel like it just kind of takes a burden off your shoulders. All right. And what do we have for my beautiful Libras? What do you want to tell them? We have trash can, release, restart, and renew. And then we have owl, uninvited change and arrival with compass, exploration, and opportunity. I really like this. So that's kind of what I was saying is like you forgive somebody, you don't have to forget, but it allows you to kind of, it allows that control they have over you to vanish, and it allows you to kind of release something and just kind of pop it in that trash can. Like, do you really need that energy anyways? And then it allows for definitely some kind of change within your life, and it also opens you up to some wisdom with that owl there. And I feel like with compass here, it kind of starts to put you in the right direction, you know, and it gets you more opportunities. It gets you a chance to explore those opportunities. And I definitely love that for you. It's kind of like releasing old baggage to see to allow for more wisdom coming in and allowing your compass to kind of point you in the right direction. All right, what do we have for Libras? What do I have for my beautiful Libras? Date yourself first. I love that. Take yourself out. Go have fun. Buy yourself something nice. What else do we have? Anything else? All right. Stop romanticizing the red flags. If they wanted to, they would. I think everybody is getting this. So I think that's kind of the lesson for this week is if somebody wanted to, they would. If you wanted to, you would. Was it love or just the chase? I think... Oh, who got this? Virgo, maybe? Or Leo. I think it was Leo. But I think it's about enjoying your own life. You know, enjoying being single, being free, buy yourself flowers. That Miley Cyrus song popped in my head. I can't remember the words, nor do you want me to sing them. But if you see the red flags, take them for what they are. They are red flags. And we're back to if they would, if they wanted to, they would. And it's kind of one of those things that if they want to show up, they'll show up. If they don't want to show up, they don't want to show up. But is that really something you want? And maybe that's a question to ask yourself. All right, my beautiful Libras. That one was kind of short and sweet. I feel like you're kind of headed into a good path. Just be open to forgiving this week. All right, that's what I have for you guys. I wish you all the best. Bye, guys.